Well, hi everybody. Welcome back to Eigo. Today I'm going to change our style a little bit, and I'm going to be posting from today some one-on-one, face-to-face video lessons for you that I hope will help you improve your English. I'll give you tips and tricks and things to remember when speaking, reading, writing English that probably will help you take the English that you already know to the next level. Now, all of my lessons that I will offer here are mainly intended for Japanese people who are studying English. And because of that, sometimes I will use Japanese terms inside these lessons. But even if you're not Japanese, perhaps I think you can get something from these. So everybody's welcome. But mostly, this is intended for Japanese people who are studying English. So today, what I'd like to talk to you about is what I think is the key structure of all English sentences. If you're already my student at a university class or a company class that I teach, you'll know that this is maybe my favorite topic because I'm always talking about it. And anytime some student gets stuck when they're trying to write or trying to say something, I always ask them questions based upon this key structure. The key structure is very simple. When you first see it, you might think, is it this simple? Is this the simplest, such a simple concept? Is that all I need to speak English or write English? And the answer is yes. Very important point to master. So I strongly suggest that you take the time to listen and think about what I'm about to tell you. And if you do, it will improve your English immensely. So let's go over to the whiteboard here, and I'll just give you the key structure. So first of all, you have a subject. Subject in Japanese is shugo. Now the subject is some actor, somebody who is doing something, some doer. So the subject is the person or thing who is performing some action. Remember this. In English, we always need a subject in a sentence. In Japanese, sometimes you can cut the subject. You don't need a subject. You can cut it out completely. And the reader or the listener can figure it out because of context. But in English, we always need a subject. In fact, it's one of the identifying points of a sentence. If a line of words have a subject, that makes it a sentence. The next one is a verb. The next part is a verb. Okay? So there you have subject, verb. The verb in Japanese is doshi. And so, as you can see here, to make a sentence in English, you need a subject and a verb and a doer. And what are they doing? Okay? So we have an actor and we have an action. Someone or something is doing something, and this makes a sentence. In fact, the definition of a sentence in English is a clause or a string of words that have a subject, a verb, and ends with a period. Okay? So that's all you need for a sentence, basically. But as you know, sentences are longer. So we'll say subject, verb, plus other stuff. Okay? It can be anything. But you might say, wow, English is not that simple because sometimes sentences are very, very long. And it's true. That's where the other stuff comes in. But other stuff can change. It can be anything, many different combinations of things. However, the subject-verb part is always necessary to make a sentence in English. So important that I suggest you remember this as a set. Subject, verb, My students in my classes know when they get stuck or they write a strange sentence, I'll only say subject, verb, and they go, oh yeah, and they can make a perfect English sentence. Just thinking of the two words, subject, verb. And for you speakers, if you are here and you want to learn how to be a good English conversationalist, you should remember that often when speaking, subject, verb should be together. For example, you don't want to say, I went to the park yesterday. Sounds funny. It's correct, but it sounds funny in English. Usually, a native speaker will say, I went to the park yesterday. So to keep the subject and verb together, almost like they are one word. Okay? I ate a sandwich. Okay? I read a book. All right? We'll give you other advice in the future about how to group words together. But for now, please remember, subject-verb combination is so important in English. Keep them together. Now, whenever you want to create a new sentence in English, say you're writing something for your college report, or you're writing a letter, or even when you're saying something, when you're speaking, it's a little bit more difficult because you don't have the time to ponder and think so clearly. But just remember, first think about who is the actor, who is the subject, what is the verb? Who is the subject, what is the verb? Sometimes if there is a lot of things going on, a lot of people, a lot of actors, it's hard to pinpoint which one is my subject. So you can do it backwards. First, identify what is the action? What is the verb? Then, from there, you can go back and figure out who is performing the action, and that is your subject. Let's look at a couple of sentences to see how this works in real-life English. Here are some key structure examples. Notice I've divided these into subject, verb, other. Subject, verb, other. For example, I drive to work every morning. Notice how that sounds. I drive, keeping it together. I drive to work every morning. Okay? The second sentence, look at that. She loves her cat. Notice she loves, almost like one word. She loves her cat. Look at the third one. They speak English. They speak English. They speak is together. John drinks coffee every morning. Now in this case, if you notice, I divided John drinks coffee every morning. Actually, a verb like drinks, which is a transitive verb called tadoshi in Japanese, must have an object. So many times we group the object. Drink coffee, like one word. Drink coffee, read a book, keeping that together. I'll teach about that grouping in another lesson. For now, listen to my grouping when I say this like a native speaker would. John drinks coffee every morning. John drinks coffee every morning. Notice after coffee I can pause. But we want to get the verb and the action, then the other stuff. John drinks coffee every morning. The next one. The train leaves in 10 minutes. The train leaves in 10 minutes. Try to think in the terms of subject, verb, other, whenever you're trying to make an English sentence. If you do, your English will sound much better. All right. That's all for now. We'll be giving you this advice in small pieces so you can build your knowledge step by step. But for now, subject, verb, other is the key. In the future, I'll be telling you more about the key structure and other structures in English that will help you to make good sentences, and even it will help your listening too, because native speakers always group things together, And sometimes Japanese students, they want to hear one word, so they become very confused. But in this class, we'll teach you how to bring your level of English up to native speaker. So that's it for now, and I hope you enjoyed this lesson, and I'll see you again soon where I'll have some more advice about how to speak good English. Bye. See you later.